Good morning, guys. Today is the day after rain. Not much is going on out in the field with planters or sprayers. So I'm just taking care of some rainy day projects today. One of the projects was with a tractor that we weren't getting very good RTK signal on. The tractor currently is set up on just the free GPS, the WAS signal. A couple of things about GPS. There's different levels of GPS that give you different levels of accuracy in the field. By default, most GPS systems are set up under what we call WAS, which is spelled W-A-A-S. That's a government-based system. It's a free system for GPS. The only issue with WAS is that your accuracy out there in the field as you run and auto steer your tractor or as you control your sections is only so good as how much time passes between one pass along the field and the next. As you get time that passes, your satellites are going to drift and cause accuracy errors. There's some mid-level accuracies out there like TerraStar or OmniStar, SF2 if you're running a Deere equipment, and then there's RTK, which is the top line GPS signal. Within RTK then, there's different types of sending that correction to your machine. The older style is via radio waves, radio frequencies, and you'll have a radio base station that sends a signal out to your tractor. Now these are line of sight dependent, so if you've got a lot of hills or buildings that you're around, trees, those can interfere with your GPS signal and cause you to lose accuracy as you're running through the field. Lately, within the past few years, the cell signal has gotten a lot better than the radio signals. So a lot of guys are running modems in the tractor using the internet to stream RTK correction. The tractor I'm in right now is running the Green Star system with the Starfire receiver. This is a Starfire 6000 receiver is the model, and it's a 2630 display. Yeah, we're still using the radio-based system. I can configure this to cell-based. Actually, this tractor was running cell-based last year, and I was just curious to see the difference between cell-based and radio-based. There's a little bit different setup involved between the radios and cell. For one, cell-based, you never have to change your base station. It's all done automatically for you as you move from farm to farm. With a radio base station, you got to manually go into your monitor and configure it as you move around to make sure you're running off the closest base station. So I'm going to show you today how to go in your 2630 display and set it up for RTK. Now there's just a note that these machines don't come with RTK unlocked already, so you typically are going to have to contact your Deere retailer out there, your Deere implement store, and get an unlock code, which typically can cost around $5,000 to $6,000 per receiver. Once you have that unlock code, then your monitor is going to allow you to go in and choose a base station. So the system that I'm in right now already has been unlocked to RTK, and I'm going to show you how we go in there and make the settings change. So as you can see, here is our satellite icon here that shows that we're running off of SF1, which is John Deere's name for WAS, which is the free service. The 3D means that we have tilt compensation set up, so as the machine tilts on a hillside one way or the other, the machine's gonna know where that globe is based off of the angle of tilt that the machine is driving along. To go into our GPS settings, we're gonna hit this menu option down below, and we're gonna go up to where we see the Starfire 6000 receiver. Now you may be running a 3000 receiver, which is still gonna be capable of RTK with the RTK unlocks. So here's the main screen. That's going to be about what it looks like for you. And if we want to go in and make any changes to the system, we are going to want to go under this tripod option, and we want to configure our RTK network. So we're just going to hit configure, change our operating mode to vehicle, and here we have a network ID and radio frequency. You're going to get those from your Deere dealership. Typically they're going to charge you about $1,000 a year per machine to run off of their RTK towers. Once you've put in the network ID and frequency that they've given you, just hit your next button, and it is going to configure the radio up there on the receiver to those settings. We're just going to hit this F, the next button, and it's going to configure the radio. We're going to step outside the tractor and I'm going to show you the GPS receiver, which is right there. So the piece right on the back of the receiver that's got the antenna on it, that is the radio. If you're running off of a cell modem, you won't need that piece there. You'll run a modem instead of the RTK radio. But it looks like the birds have been flying over, crapped on the top there, but we'll get that cleaned off. But that is a Starfire 6000 receiver with the radio. So here we go. The radio has now been configured. We can go back to the home screen there and we see our accuracy there, 90%, GPS signal 100%. It's still sending and receiving data from the base station, which is why we're in RTK X mode, or that exfil, as you can see. As soon as it finishes collecting data, you'll see our accuracy should be at 100%, and that X will go away. It'll just say 3D RTK. We can go back to the home screen, and we are ready to steer at this point, but like I said, pretty shortly we will have that where it'll say just RTK. So here is the 2020 cable going to the serial, which is going back to the Deere Starfire 6000 receiver. To set up, they call it NEMA out, which is the GPS going out. We're just going to go back to that Starfire 6000, and we're going to go to serial port here. So from our receiver icon, go to serial port. We can tell what baud rate and output we want to send out and put in the messages we're sending out to the 2020. The Precision 2020 likes to see GGA, RMC, and VTG at an output rate of 5 Hertz. The output 5 Hertz means that it's sending out 5 GPS messages every second to the display. And here we are in the 2020. You can see our fixed quality is RTK. I got some glare on the screen there, but RTK fixed quality, our messages, and we are good there. We've got GPS and we'll be able to plant. So that's just a little bit about sending messages to another monitor that's in the tractor and getting set up for RTK. As soon as I finished recording that last video, our receiver did go to RTK. So don't be afraid if it does take a minute or two for that receiver to configure. Once you switch it to RTK, that's perfectly normal. I sometimes get impatient myself and think I did something wrong, and all I need to do is just sit there and wait for it for another minute, and it'll configure and get RTK. So I hope that was helpful, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the videos for more information and useful tips with precision ag and just agronomy in general in Southwest Wisconsin. Have a great day.